Episode 2, WWE Women's Big Four. 3, 2, 1. Hey y'all, Mikey here from BC WrestlePod. And today, I want to talk to you about something that's very close to my wrestling heart. The women who define WWE's main roster in 2025. I'm talking about my Big Four. Ripley, Bianca Belair, IYO SKY, and Liv Morgan. For me, these women represent different styles, stories, and strengths, but together they form the foundation of WWE's current women's division. So, without further ado, let's dive into why they matter, where they've come from, and why they deserve our support. So, let's start off with Rhea Ripley, who I am deeming the moniker of the juggernaut. Rhea Ripley has been the dominant force on Raw and beyond, from NXT UK to WrestleMania main events. She's carved her place with raw power, undeniable presence, and a unique aesthetic that screams superstar. She's elevated the Judgment Day, she's carried championship reigns, and brought intensity back to the women's division. However, in this video essay, I also want to point out some criticisms that people have of her and then offer some counterpoints if that makes a lot of sense. So, what are some of the criticisms of Rhea? Well, some say she's overexposed or too dominant, but here's the truth. Rhea is doing the work every single night she goes out there, putting in the time, carrying storylines, and drawing reactions, whether they both be positive or negative. Not to mention, I feel that Rhea Ripley is what we call a girl's girl because she's always defending other women's wrestlers, even not in her own company, when people are just being complete jerks or misogynistic to women wrestling in general. And I have to say that Rhea isn't being handed anything. She's earning her top spot with grit and consistency. I know the biggest criticism right now is that Rhea has been given the moniker of Rhea Hogan, where that won't do for me, brother. And it's kind of annoying just because we have a dominant women's athlete or women character or women wrestler, all of a sudden, because she's dominating the roster, she is not willing to put over other people. And while we do have some examples of their male counterparts, I kind of find it funny that people aren't as vocal when it comes to certain male wrestlers. But that's a whole nother video for a whole nother topic about the double standards of men and women's wrestling. But again, Rhea Ripley is the juggernaut. And I think that she deserves all of what she's getting right now. So we go into the second of my big four, which is Bianca Belair, who has the moniker of the Blueprint. Bianca Belair is the definition of a generational athlete. Her run as Raw Women's Champion was legendary, but what stands out is her consistency, her marketability, and her connection with fans of all ages. Critics say that she's too safe or overly pushed, but she delivers in the ring and on the mic, and she's been doing that while representing Black excellence and mainstream appeal with unmatched grace. Bianca is the role model for young fans and a steady anchor for Women's Division. Bianca has a special place in my heart. She is one of the few wrestlers in this current women's roster that I've been following her since debuting underneath Black and Gold NXT, and watching her career progress into where it is now has been something really amazing and beautiful to see. And again, like I stated before, Bianca is carrying Black excellence into WWE, which is not only an inspiration for fans alike, but especially young Black girls who look at Bianca and see them. In 2025, wrestling has become more diverse, but the representation for minorities of both, color and orientations and other things like that is still needing to be improved. And Bianca is proving an example for young Black girls out there that they can be wrestlers. And Bianca is living proof of that. She's amazing. And I think that the hate is not necessarily fair to Bianca, but she's proving the haters wrong and she's just doing her thing. I'm looking forward to when she comes back from injury. Now let's get into my third big four for WWE, and that is the genius of the sky, IYO SKY, who I have given the moniker as the in-ring artist. IYO SKY, to me, is a masterclass in technical brilliance. Whether in a title match or tag team chaos, IYO makes everything feel smooth, urgent, and real. Her run with Damage Control and her women's championship reign has shown that she can hold her own at the top of the card, both as a member of a group and as an individual wrestler. The knock against her, some say she lacks charisma or mic skills, but charisma isn't one dimensional, and I feel that that's where some people misuse the word charisma. Her body language, her fire in the ring, and her evolution from NXT to the main roster speaks louder than a 10-minute promo ever could. IYO brings prestige and pure wrestling artistry to WWE. And again, my criticisms is she hasn't been utilized a lot and this championship run that she has isn't necessarily the best. And by the time this video comes out, who knows if she's still champion after Evolution. But even still, I think IYO puts in the work, and IYO has proven that she is an awesome wrestler and that she is bringing prestige and technical masterclass to WWE. Last but not certainly least, let us get into my fourth big four WWE, and that is Liv Morgan, who I have given the moniker of the Heart. Liv is the fighter with a fan base as passionate as she is. Her 2022 title run felt like the people's victory, and since then, she's constantly reinvented herself. Her current character evolution and rise back into the spotlight shows her adaptability and growth. Some fans, however, doubt her in-ring skill or call her mid-Morgan, but Liv's storytelling, charisma, and emotional connection with the crowd is her strength. Not every wrestler needs to be a powerhouse or technician. Liv brings something unique: heart, underdog resilience, and relatability. So it's unfortunate that Liv is out on injury right now, and I know she's also not been given a fair shake once she finally got the championship and started running with it, and people were still cracking on her. But I feel like Liv has improved so much between last year to where we are now, and she is amazing in everything she does. I'm so bummed she's going to be missing the summer for WWE, but I look forward to when she comes back. So again, those are my big four: Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, IYO SKY, and Liv Morgan. So let's tie this all together now as to why these four matter. Together, these four women create a balanced, compelling core for WWE Women's Division. You got power in Rhea Ripley, precision in IYO SKY, presence in Bianca Belair, and passion in Liv Morgan. They each connect to different parts of the audience, and they all have unique roads to success. What's even more important is that they're consistently showing up, evolving, and giving fans moments to remember. They aren't just wrestling, they're helping shape a new era for WWE women, and they're doing it without being copy pastes of each other. So yeah, those are my big four. Again, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, IYO SKY, and Liv Morgan. I know everyone's list will be different, but these four represents the very best of what WWE's main roster has to offer us in 2025. Do they have critics? Sure, but so does anyone who's actually doing something. What matters is that they're pushing the division forward, each in their own way. So let me know in the comments, who's your big four for WWE Women's Division right now, and why? Remember, like, subscribe, and as always, stay iconic and keep wrestling awesome. Until the next video, we'll see you later, but until then, ta-ta for now.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another Vibe Tribe production. What's gonna happen next time? Well, you're gonna have to tune in to find out. But until then, remember, take care of yourself, love one another, and as always, make sure that you keep the good times rolling. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you next time.